Welcome my friends. Tonight, I want to speak directly to the soul that feels completely stuck. The heart that has been working, praying, and trying so hard, yet looks at its own life and sees only bare, empty soil, wondering if the effort will ever be worth it. If you feel like you are falling behind, wrap yourself in these words and let your spirit rest. Deep within a valley there was a vast, grand garden looked after by two very different men. One was a young, fiercely ambitious gardener named Kaito, and the other was an elderly, quiet caretaker named Master Ren. Ren was a man of absolute stillness, his silver hair tied back neatly, and his face holding the peaceful serenity of a calm lake. One spring morning, the elders of the land brought them two identical, mysterious seeds found in an ancient mountain cave. They challenged both men to plant them, tend them, and bring forth the greatest wonder the valley had ever seen. Kaito immediately set to work with aggressive energy. He planted his seed in a prominent, highly visible mound of rich earth, watering it with expensive fertilizers, checking it every hour, and constantly telling the passing villagers how magnificent his creation would be. Within just a single week, a bright green shoot burst through Kaito's soil. It grew with terrifying speed, rapidly climbing toward the sky, sprouting thick vines, massive leaves, and bright, showy purple flowers. The entire village gathered to applaud Kaito's success. He walked through the market with his chest held high, basking in the praise, proudly declaring himself the greatest master the valley had ever known. Meanwhile, in a quiet, shadowy corner of the garden, Master Ren had planted his seed deep within the earth. Every single morning, long before the sun peeked over the mountain peaks, the old man would walk out to his small patch of bare soil. He would gently clear away fallen twigs, loosen the earth with his weathered fingers, and pour a single cup of pure well water over the ground. Days turned into weeks, and weeks bled into months, but nothing happened. The soil remained completely flat, dark, and utterly silent. Kaito would walk past Ren's quiet corner every afternoon, laughing openly at the old man's efforts. He told Ren that his seed was clearly dead, a useless piece of rot, and that he was wasting his precious old age watering an empty patch of dirt. The young apprentices sneered as they watched the master kneel in the dirt day after day, never seeing a single leaf to reward his loyalty. Yet, Master Ren never looked up in anger, and he never changed his routine. He simply smiled at the bare earth, whispered a quiet blessing to the darkness below, and trusted the silent process. 1 year passed, then 2, and then 3. Kaito's vine had now grown so massive it covered an entire stone wall, while Ren's patch looked completely abandoned to the untrained eye. Then, during the 4th summer, a terrible, historic drought struck the valley. The sun became a merciless furnace, drying up the rivers and baking the soil until it cracked open like broken glass. Because Kaito's plant had grown so incredibly fast, its roots were shallow, spreading out lazily across the very surface of the earth just to catch the quick surface water. Under the blazing heat, its massive leaves began to wither, its bright purple flowers turned to black dust, and within a matter of days, the entire towering vine collapsed into a heap of dry, dead kindling. Kaito wept over his ruined garden, his pride completely shattered. But on the very morning the drought reached its peak, a soft, thundering tremor vibrated through the floor of the valley. From the exact center of Master Ren's seemingly empty patch of dirt, a thick, silver-green shoot erupted from the ground. It didn't just grow, it unfolded with an ancient, unstoppable majesty. Within hours, it grew into a magnificent, towering ironwood bamboo tree, its trunk so thick and strong that a grown man could not wrap his arms around it. Its deep green canopy reached into the sky, casting a massive, cooling shade over the entire scorched village. The villagers stood in absolute awe, unable to comprehend how a tree of such size could appear overnight from barren ground. Master Ren quietly stepped forward, resting his hand against the silver bark. He explained that the seed was never dead. For 3 long years, while the world mocked its silence, the seed was working tirelessly in the dark. It was sending its roots dozens of feet straight down through the solid rock, wrapping themselves around the deep, hidden subterranean rivers of the mountain. It refused to grow upward until it had built a foundation deep enough to survive any storm or drought the sky could throw at it. It was not stagnant, it was simply grounding itself. My beautiful friends, let us share a quiet, honest guftugu about this truth tonight. I want you to take a long, gentle look at your own journey through the lens of that patient, deep-rooted silver tree. How many times have you broken your own peace by comparing your timeline to the showy, fast-growing vines around you? You open your eyes to a world where everyone else seems to be blooming instantly. You see people landing the perfect careers, building wealth, finding love, or achieving their goals with what looks like effortless speed, while you are left kneeling in the dirt, wondering why your own hard work hasn't produced a single sprout. But I need you to understand something deeply tonight: fast growth is often fragile growth. When you are forced to wait, when your life feels quiet, stagnant, and completely hidden from the applause of the world, you are not failing. You are in your root-building season. The universe is not denying you growth, it is protecting you by ensuring that when your season to bloom finally arrives, you will have the depth, the wisdom, and the internal strength to sustain it without shattering. The seasons where you feel completely unseen, where you are quietly healing, unlearning old hurts, and working in complete solitude, are the most sacred chapters of your story. Those are the moments you are digging through the hard rock of your fears and wrapping your soul around the deep, unchanging waters of true resilience. A person who blooms too quickly can easily be wiped out by the first heavy disappointment of life. But a soul that has spent time in the deep darkness of the soil develops a quiet, unshakable power that no storm can ever take away. Stop punishing yourself for not blooming on the world's frantic schedule. Let go of the exhausting need to prove your worth by showing immediate results to people who don't understand the depth of your seed. Trust the quiet spaces. Trust the invisible progress you are making within your own character, your boundaries, and your inner peace. Breathe in the absolute comfort of knowing that your silent years are not wasted years, they are your foundation. So, as you lay your tired head down on your pillow tonight, let go of the worry that you are being left behind. Rest your heart in the beautiful certainty that you are exactly where you need to be. Your roots are growing deep, your foundation is turning to iron, and when your time comes, you will stand tall, completely unshakable, and remarkably beautiful. Take a slow, deep breath, close your eyes, and rest in absolute, tranquil silence. Thank you for walking this path with us tonight. If your soul found a home and a moment of peace in these words, ensure you are subscribed so we can continue sharing these quiet journeys together. Take care of your beautiful spirit, protect your inner peace, and until our paths cross again, peace be upon you.